And I looked on Facebook for like the first time ever and saw that video. And when I saw that video, I was appalled and honestly fearful and disgusted.
When you think about race in America, when was the first time you ever felt like you experienced racism, and what did you do?
First time, I can't remember the first time. Definitely in the education system for sure. I remember I went to Chattanooga Christian Elementary and Middle School, and I remember probably as early as middle school. It probably happened in elementary school too, but I remember somebody was cracking a joke and thought it was funny. And said, it's funny that your last name is Freeman because you're a black man and you're not a free man. And it's not possible to be a free man being black. And so while that was a joke to him, it was a little bit, it wasn't funny to me.
What did you tell your parents?
I didn't. A lot of the time growing up, I was more interested in people liking me, especially with being one of the only black males in school, going to Chattanooga Christian and going to Ringgold High School. I looked past a lot of the stuff and I didn't react in the way I should have.
You've been on the front lines protesting, in peaceful protests.
Mm-hmm.
What has that experience been like to you, and why do you feel that this is the time?
Peaceful protesting, it was a wonderful experience being able to go and do that, but it was also a little saddening in Chattanooga. The thing that I noticed the most was the lack of black people standing up for Black Lives Matter in Chattanooga. And so that could be because of many things, but I think it's because Chattanooga's black community is uninformed. So working at the community health centers, I've tried my best to let people know when and where protests are happening and et cetera to help make a difference.
And speaking of making a difference, you're fresh out of college.
Mm-hmm.
What do you hope to see? What do you hope America is in the next 20, 30 years?
I hope America is, I guess in this time, accepting. Right now, my job is primarily to uplift our underserved and underprivileged communities, and so I look to lift them up, and then I hope that others look to lift those people up as well, so that we can achieve equality.
When your parents talked to you about racism, do you remember that conversation, and what was it like?
I remember plenty of conversations, actually. I remember having them in the car. I remember having them in the mornings before going to school. I remember having them in the incidents that I did experience racism, and maybe it wasn't as clear to me, so they pointed it out. And those conversations, a lot of the time, were very different because racism is multifaceted. It's as simple as whenever I get pulled over. I know one time I got pulled over in Alabama and I thought I was scared for my life. I put my hands out the window. I said, "Hello, officer, how are you today?" And carried on from there. It's as simple as in high school trying to date, talking to different young women, talking to of different races, because like I said, I was one of few black people at my school. And those women not being able to date me or go out with me because I'm black and the color of my skin, and because their parents wouldn't let them date somebody outside of white.
And you're just hoping that we get to a better place.
Hoping. Fingers crossed.
Anything else you want to say?
It's not about not being racist, it's about being anti-racist. The system is broken. As far as healthcare, education, as far as even our police force, as far as what we do in our daily lives. And so at this point, to stop racism, it's not about being not racist. It's about realizing the privilege. It's about realizing what's going on in America and actively being against it and actively speaking out against the injustices that are going on every day.
Perfect. Sounds good. We'll get some quick video of you guys like interacting with